a social studies teacher. I am the project lead for the Digital Media Communications Academy here at Newark High School, and close friend to Mr. Christopher Lawton, who was a former student of mine, a colleague of mine, my department chair, and a fellow coach, and someone I admire to no end. And all of these compliments should help this group get a better grade, because we could pull up his grades from when I had him as a student if he doesn't take care of these. So 9/11 for me, I was teaching here at Newark High School. I can remember exactly where I was. I was teaching sociology. An English teacher, a friend of mine, called me when we had phones that worked in our classroom and said, "You need to turn on your TV." And the first plane had hit. The immediate first thing was, I want to call home. And this was back when cell phones were like relatively new. I know that's a weird concept for some people. You couldn't get a signal, and everybody was trying to call home. You never could even think that it would happen, and maybe that's being kind of a typical American, like not on our soil kind of deal, but it just was that. It was just so out of the norm. And then I coached field hockey. I had a player whose dad was in Tower 2, and she left the building because she didn't know what was going on with her dad, and he actually survived. He walked home, like he walked out of New York. He left the building and people were jumping. He was a changed man since then. The biggest thing I wanted to do was just go home to my wife and my kids. Like that was this feeling of just you wanted to be with your family. But also we had to kind of be here for the kids that were here. And in high school, we watched it. You know, elementary school kids didn't see it. And you guys have no memory of it. You weren't alive. So the feeling, like I would compare it to when we had situations now with our lockdown, where you felt helpless and out of control, and there's a lot of misinformation, and you just like, this isn't real. Or when we hear about school shootings today, but we had that lockdown experience that we all shared. That how are you going to describe that to your kids when they're like, you know, you guys locked down, really? Why? You know, because hopefully things are better. It was a very gut-wrenching, emotional day, and one of those days that you won't ever forget.